Welcome to Ohio Tabletop Gamers. Today I'm going to give my thoughts on the Ogre robots. The HDF's true mid-level T3 unit. So let's go ahead and get started and see what they're all about. So, coming in with 3 troops, standard for 160 points. They are quality 4, defense 4. They get fearless, so they get to re-roll on a quality test. On a 4-up, they will pass. They got furious, so when they charge, if you roll any 6s in your initial attack, they will cause an extra hit. They have hold the line, which gives them a +1 on their quality check. And they are, of course, tough 3. Standard, they are armed with Gatling guns, which is a range of 12 inches, 3 attacks each, AP of 1, and also they come with heavy CCWs, each having 1 attack with 1 AP. Now, the standard that you're seeing here on the screen is usually how I run them. I think they're great just like this. But let's go ahead real quick and we're going to look at their upgrades, and we'll see what else you can put on them and see how it would work out for you and how you want to run them. Okay, so the upgrades that you can have with the Ogre robots is you can replace all of your Gatling guns and your heavy CCW for a light grenade launcher with a range of 18 inches with 1 attack blast 3, and then you also get the combat shield, which gives you shielded, which gives you a +1 on your defense roll, and then you also get bash, which is 1 attack each with no AP. Now this isn't really bad. It gives you a little bit more stability, staying alive with the shielded, because you are a defense 4, so shielded gives you a little bit extra on staying alive. Basically, it makes you a +3 on your defense. So that's not bad, getting the +1 on your defense rolls. It will definitely negate any a 1 AP shot at them, so that's pretty good, especially if you're hit with a blast weapon that's 1 AP. It will help keep you up and going. Now you can also replace the light grenade launchers for either a shock baton, which has 3 attacks with rending, or a combat axe that has 3 attacks, AP2, for 30 points. Personally, I haven't run them with the Gatling guns and the upgrades. So looking at this myself, I don't think I would run them personally with the grenade launcher. I mean, it's okay, but I guess if I was going to run the combat shields, I probably would want them more in melee. So I think that the shock batons, to me, would be more worth the combat axe, even though, yeah, you get an AP2 hit, but that rending looks pretty tasty. Rending is really good, especially with all the regen that's in this edition. But I can see the use out of the AP2. I mean, that would be for a full unit. That would be 9 attacks, hitting on 4s, AP2, and if you're getting the charge off, you're getting the furious, so any 6s would cause an extra hit. AP2, that's not too bad, especially if you're going to charge up against another mid-level T3 unit, or maybe an APC. That could cause some issues. So the combat axe isn't that bad. I mean, just depending on who you plan on going after. I just like rending personally. It's just a personal thing, I guess, with me, is to take away any regen. But yeah, if you're going up against an army that may not be using a lot of regen, maybe a lot of vehicles, the combat axe looks pretty decent, actually. So I mean, I guess it just does depend on who you're going to go after. The light grenade launcher, with the free upgrade. I don't know. I think that you could get better use off of using grenade launchers off of other units. You're paying a pretty good amount of points for this unit, and yes, the shielded will help them stay up, but paying all that points for a tough T3 unit, and then just using your standard grenade launchers, I don't know. I mean, maybe it works out pretty well for people. If it does, let me know in the comments. But if I'm going to go that route, I think I want more of a melee style. So that's just me. But by all means, of course, run them to fit your style of play. Now, what I like, as you see in the picture, is I run them with the Gatling guns. And I know their range is only 12 inches, so it's not great. They do have an AP1, on these weapons. But I like them that way. It's cheaper, but I like to put them on the ground. The way I was running them before is you can run them in a combined unit of 6, and then run a sister unit next to it, another unit of them of 6. Put an officer in one of them and use that coordinate. I use that several times with coordinate. It works really well with coordinate. Getting them up the field faster, keeping them together, shooting together worked absolutely wonderful. I mean, you can imagine you're getting 12 of these shots off of the Gatling guns off in one turn. So I really liked running them that way. Now, a couple of times I ran them with a unit of 3 with a sister unit of 3, and that works good too, obviously. But yeah, with that coordinate, it works really good. Just getting them up the field. You get these 2 activations in one turn. So that really will put a hurting on your opponent, and actually surprises them a lot, because everybody's used to you move 1, they move 1, and so forth. But now you get to move 2, and these moving together, 2 of these units together and shooting together, even if you're splitting the fire, works very well. So I like to run them with the Gatling guns. But that's my style, more of the hybrid mid-board player. Now, obviously, if you are going to run them with the combat shields, and especially with one of the melee weapons, I think that you might be better off bringing them up in a transport than slugging it out on foot. It might serve you better to get the transport up there and then use your charge to get in there, so you can use your Furious. But I mean, they have some nice upgrades. The Fearless and the Furious are no joke. Being a T3 also with that combat shield, getting the +1 to save. Yeah, it makes them very resilient, especially if you want to just sit them on on an objective, maybe in cover. Having that shield, that shielded rule on you. And that's a lot of wounds they got to, your opponent would have to chew through to take your unit off an objective, or to, or maybe you're bringing them up to contest an objective, and they're trying to knock you out, and they just can't because they got to chew through a bunch of wounds. And, you've got the shielded, plus your T3, and then, with your shaken tests, you're getting, hold the line, which gives you that +1. So, I mean, it's pretty good. And the price, in my opinion, isn't bad for these guys. I played them a lot. A lot of my HDF armies had these guys in there every single time. At least one unit. Now, recently, I've kind of been toying with, redoing my list. And unfortunately, on my newer list, I haven't been adding them because I see something else that I like a little bit better. But by all means, yeah, these guys are really good. It's your main access to those mid-level T3 units. The HDF doesn't have any except for them, and I guess if you want to count your weapons teams as a T3 unit, which they are, yeah, I mean, this is really your only real choice for that mid-level troop. And putting them on transports, having that +1 shielded is not bad at all. I personally like bringing them up with the coordinate. If you haven't tried that, give it a shot. Even if you don't want to make the models yet, use some proxies or something and just test it out for yourself, because even a unit of 3 with an officer with a sister unit of 3 works well. You're getting to move both at the same time every time, shoot with each unit at the same time. So that coordinate works really good with this unit, being that they're beefy and big and have some good shooting. You need to get in close, though, with that range of 12 with the Gatling guns. Yeah, give it a try and see how it's working for you, because I know it worked for me well many times, and I ran it against, of course, if you've seen my battle reports with my nemesis Gunter, I have run it against him many times, so he will attest to that. They're pretty devastating with that coordinate with an officer. So, yeah, give that a shot and see how that works for you. All in all, I think the unit is great. I just am trying to go in a different direction with my HDF list for the remainder of this year, and we'll see how that goes. I might actually go back to these guys if it isn't working well. But yes, I usually always ran 2 units in my list, before recently. So again, yeah, they're really good. Give them a try. Like I said, if you're going to run them in for the melee, please put them in the transport. And give it a shot with that coordinate. I know I've already said it before, and it's kind of redundant, but it works really good. The coordinate rule, when they first came out, I don't know, trying to figure out what to use it with or for. And actually, it works really well with these units, because you want to get them up quick, especially with the short range. And even if you're using melee, you've got to be in close. So the coordinate really does help get these guys up the field quickly. So, give that a shot. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. How do you like to run them? What ideas do you have with these guys? But if you're new to OPR, this is your mid-levels for HDF. This is pretty much the only mid-levels you have with HDF. They're not, as good as your mid-levels for other armies. Other armies have a lot of variety of T3s and are very good in melee. And as you can see, they're not terrible in melee, but they're not that great either. It's very HDF. But as for HDF goes, these are your melee guys if you run them that way. But anyway, just a quick video today, just with my thoughts on the Ogre robots. I love them. The style that I'm going with now for the rest of this year doesn't seem to have a place for them right now. But who knows? If I get beat up a bunch in these games, I might go back to that. I don't know. We'll see. I got a couple games coming up here soon, and I'm going to bust out my new HDF, and we'll see. Either I did really well or I flopped really badly, and we'll be going back to the old list. So, I don't know. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video today. And as always, I wish you the best, many more games ahead of you. I wish the best for you and your family. Please take care.